So my friends and I the other day went cliff jumping, and cliff jumping is exactly what it sounds like. Basically, you're on cliffs like this and you jump straight into the ocean. So the first couple cliffs we went on were like 5-ish meters, and they were okay. I'm not a huge fan of like heights, but 5 meters it was doable, and the water was quite nice. I'll see if I can find some photos here. But yeah, it was very good. But then we got to like the bigger cliffs, as they say, and we got to one that was like 15 meters. And if that was it, I would have done it, but it was 15 meters, and also it was in this part where like not many like people went to. Like the initial cliffs, there were a lot of people around there. It was like a big tourist attraction, but the second cliff we went to, there was like no one there. There was like some tourists in the far distance watching us, and that was it. And so, honestly, I'll be honest, like the first time, I like bitched out. My friend did it, he said it was all good, but I didn't want to do it. And like, after like 30 minutes of just watching him jump in over and over again, I was like, fuck it, let's do it. What's the worst that can happen, right? And yeah, I was standing there at the top of the cliff. I was staring down at the waves crashing in. And the thing is, I didn't know how deep the water was. Like, it wasn't clear. Like, there were waves, kind of like, kind of like these waves here. It's like all white, so you can't really see like if there's any rocks underneath it. So I could only go off the judgment that, my friend didn't find anything there. And his advice was just to jump as far out as possible. So rather than jump like straight down, you want to jump out. That way, the water gets deeper as you jump further out. So that's why he recommended that. And so, closed my eyes, holding my breath, had like arms on my side like a little pencil, and I just went straight down, like eyes shut like this, and hit the water. Massive icy blast. But that was probably the biggest hit of dopamine I've gotten, like, probably all of this year. And the reason I want to share that story is because like I realized I couldn't just step outside my comfort zone. I needed to live outside my comfort zone. And when I had more moments in my life, like cliff jumping, doesn't exactly have to be jumping on cliffs, but anything that's, really pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, I feel so much like rewarded after. And it just becomes like one of those beautiful moments in your life that you always look back on. And cliff jumping is definitely one of them. And I also wanted to share that because like my friend who he bitched out like 3 times, and on the way back home, like he turned us all around and told us, you know what, I actually want to jump off the cliff. And he did it, and we all went home that day feeling immensely like proud of ourselves of overcoming our fears. So remember, don't just step outside your comfort zone, live outside your comfort zone, and always enjoy the view.